It's time now for 10 questions with Cape Breton Eagles goaltending consultant Scott Gouthro. Third time doing this for Scott, so we're getting into the weeds a little bit here. Scott, previously you'd mentioned that you'd visited a number of NHL arenas through your work in the AHL. What was your favorite of the NHL arenas that you had the chance to visit?
I'd have to say Colorado. I got to go with the split squad during training camp, and I actually had the opportunity to go on the bench. Bob Hartley asked me to go on the bench and take it all in. The atmosphere against Patrick Waugh on the other bench was pretty amazing for me.
Like test to the people's memories, what's the first movie you can remember seeing in your life?
That's a tough one. I remember actually in Adam Hockey watching Dumb and Dumber with my buddies, and it's still one of my favorite movies and lots of good memories there.
You're a family guy. What is your favorite family tradition?
It would have to be our Christmas traditions, bringing my parents and my wife's parents together with our kids and just having a nice family meal and sharing some holiday memories and gifts together. And it's definitely a Christmas time would be probably our favorite tradition.
Really cool that you get to do that. Sometimes logistics don't make that possible for everybody, so that's really good. One of the questions I ask the players is when they get drafted by the Eagles, who the first person to text them or contact them is. I'm curious because you would have been called up mid-season, but we're going back to 2000 here. Does Scott have any memories of any teammates contacting him when he was recalled by the Eagles? Would that have been a thing back then?
Actually, Stuart McRae, my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time, was her cousin. So I got a call from him and wished me luck and ended up being his roommate on the road. Helped me feel pretty comfortable in my first game up in Halifax on New Year's Day.
Nice Cape Breton tie in there. What's Scott's favorite type of soup?
It'd have to be my mom's beef and barley soup. Pretty incredible. Whatever she makes is pretty great, but I'd have to go with that.
What is the funniest thing, whether it was a game you were working at, playing in, or just there as a fan, you've seen at a hockey game?
Actually, when we were in St. John's against the Flag Devils, not so funny at the time, but half our team was sick, deathly sick. God love him, Bearcat, one of my favorite memories of him. I had lots of great memories of him, but he came to the second game and he was as green as could be. His shirt was hanging out of his pants. He had sneakers on. He was missing his teeth. He had toilet paper hanging from his shoe, and he was, I'm ready to go, boys. And he wanted to be so there just because he's such a team guy. But I remember Pascal saying, would you go back to the hotel? And we got it covered from here, bud. So he just laid down on the bench and had a little rest. But lots of great memories with Bearcat for sure. That was one of the best ones.
That story summarizes him, I think, as best you could say. Is funny, but also very inspiring at the same time. Very
100%,
well,
yeah.
Very well-meaning. Does Scott Gouthro have the ability to draw?
Actually, yeah, I loved art class in elementary school. I still enjoy drawing a bit, but anytime it comes to homework help for my boys, they always go to my wife except for when it's any art type things.
Scott's the artist in the family. All your time playing hockey, who was the goaltender partner that you got along with the best?
I had some really good ones over the years. I would have to say probably the year we won the Junior A National Championship. It was Andrew Sim, his brother John Sim played in the NHL. He was an unbelievable goaltender and a great friend. We actually pushed each other really well, but got along very well off the ice as well.
Has Scott ever bought anything off eBay?
eBay, no. Amazon, yes, but eBay, no.
I feel like Amazon is like the newer version of eBay. It's kind of overtaken in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
This is the last one for part one. Before this interview, whether it was something that you put on or something that was playing in the background, what was the last song you heard?
It was actually Nothing Else Matters by Metallica.
You were playing it or you heard it somewhere else?
I was playing it.
That is a classic. That's all for part one of 10 questions with Eagles goaltending consultant Scott Gouthro. You're listening to The Intermission at Celtic Kubota, Cape Breton Eagles Hockey, 1270 CJCB.